The modern cultural landscape swings erratically from one extreme to another. We are constantly pulled in opposing directions, subjected to an exhausting volume of noise and an endless stream of conflicting demands. Trying to keep up with that friction takes a heavy psychological toll. We wind up out of breath, increasingly detached from the quiet moments necessary to actually process our own thoughts. Finding space for meaningful reflection is no longer something that happens by default. To hear yourself think, you have to actively step out of the daily current and shut off the static. Securing mental clarity in a deeply polarized society is a deliberate choice. You have to decide to pull back. Independent artist and producer Andre Washington recognized this exact exhaustion. Washington builds his sound by taking the sharp, accessible structures of pop music and grounding them with the raw groove of rhythm and soul. His latest official single, Do You Ever Wonder, addresses the fatigue of modern life directly, providing a clear focal point for listeners overwhelmed by cultural division. He designed this track specifically for people carrying heavy questions about their daily purpose. It requires your full attention. The song opens with a direct philosophical inquiry. Washington asks the listener why we are actually here in this life. This diagram highlights the first verse, mapping societal pressure onto diverging paths. We are pressured to choose an extreme. You must be on the right or the left. When navigating both, the pressure collides, creating chaos, leaving you winding up out of breath. The chorus then assesses the resulting cultural climate. It describes a world that has grown cold, where genuine love and empathy have completely dried up. But the narrative pivots. Washington insists on the urgent need to search for a better way, so that we can finally see a brighter day. The lyrics accurately diagnose the disease of modern division. Then they prescribe intentional human connection as the only viable cure. The standard music industry operates on massive streaming platforms. These systems are optimized for passive background consumption, driven entirely by anonymous algorithms. You cannot deeply engage with a song about existence and division while a computer automatically shuffles it into a playlist while you wash the dishes. It requires active listening. Because of this, Washington made the definitive choice to bypass traditional streaming platforms entirely for this specific release. His logic is entirely consistent with his lyrics. If the music advocates for deliberate human connection, distributing it through an automated faceless interface contradicts the very message of the song. True artistic engagement cannot survive the friction of a randomized feed. It requires the listener to step into a dedicated intentional space. That dedicated space is rhythmrealm.net, the official music hub constructed by the artist himself. This flowchart illustrates the platform's primary transaction. Fans exchange their email address, bypassing corporate platforms entirely, and the MP3 file is delivered straight to their inbox. Once there, listeners gain access to supplementary material, starting with the official lead visual video for the single. They can also access the deep dive layer of the site, which houses the complete unabridged lyrics and the full backstory behind the song. Washington even includes a work-in-progress feature. Right now, he is sharing early updates on his next track, Don't Want to Worry About You. Providing access to unreleased material turns a simple download into an ongoing, transparent relationship between the artist and the listener. The architecture of rhythmrealm.net mirrors the central message of the song. It removes the static, forces you to slow down, and allows you to focus on the music in front of you. Stepping out of the algorithm and engaging directly is the better way forward. Visit rhythmrealm.net, enter your email, and claim your music.